how do you access your business credit report with Equifax? Little spoiler alert here is you can't, right? Or at least not the way that they used to have it. Right before the pandemic happened, or during the pandemic, you were able to essentially go in there. They had a portal where you could have gone in, you could have filled out your information, and you could have just pulled up your report, right? So now there's essentially two ways that you can do it. Number one is you can just simply call them. I have the number for you right on there. So you can call, speak to a rep. That's 1-800-727-8495, where you can speak to a rep directly at Equifax Small Business. Don't confuse this with Equifax, the personal side. This is on the commercial division that we want to speak to. And then option two is they do have a form, but it's a callback form. So you can get that right on Equifax.com/business/support. You can fill that form out, and then they'll give you a call. And then from there, you can speak with them about getting your hands on a business credit report. Now, pro tip, here's like a little loophole, a little sidestep with Equifax. Remember what I mentioned earlier, where you're not necessarily going to be alerted which credit bureau they pull from. They're not going to tell you. They're not going to send you or they're going to give you a notification, but they don't actually have to tell you where they're going to pull from like they would with like the little box that you check for a hard inquiry. It's totally different here. I want you to know this because if for whatever reason you applied for a business trade line, a loan, a credit card, and they happen to have pulled your Equifax on the business side, you're entitled, in the last 60 days, you are entitled to a free report. Now, it doesn't matter if you got accepted, and it does not matter if you got declined. You're entitled to a free report. I would like to get my hands on that free report if I were you. Reason for that is because now I can see the exact breakdown of my score. I can see what payments are being made or reported over to them. I can see something called days beyond terms, which means how many days beyond the term. So let's say if it was a net 30 and I made a payment on the 33rd day, right? If I made a payment on that net 30 on the 33rd day, that means that I'm 3 days beyond terms, which I'm technically now 3 days late on my payments over with the business credit bureaus. Versus in the in the personal credit world, we usually have to wait an entire 30-day cycle before it actually hits our account. We have that 30-day grace period, we like to call it. The business credit world, it's fast. It's boom, 24 hours late, 1 day beyond terms, 2 days late, 2 days beyond terms, and so on and so forth. And that starts to plummet your score the more days you're late. But again, that's a pro tip for you, is if you already applied for some type of loan, credit card, and they happen to have pulled Equifax on the business side, you're entitled to that report over the last 60 days. Again, if you're wondering, Irv, how the heck can I check that? You know, if you have NAV, it'll send you an alert. That's one of the only reasons why I like NAV is because they're at least kind of like on it if someone pulls your report. Other than that, they're not the most reliable for the scoring, but they will at least give you that alert. Small Business Financial Exchange. I was excited to get into this one because a lot of people think that Small Business Financial Exchange is a credit bureau. How many of you guys were taught or think that Small Business Financial Exchange is a credit bureau? And don't lie. And you can put it on whoever taught it to you, right? They say, hey, Small Business Financial Exchange collects the data and they are a business credit bureau as well. They are not a business credit bureau.
Bro, the guru's been lying to him, bro.
Now, what did they say in the chat before I give them that page? What did they say in the chat?
They didn't know, bro. They didn't know what they didn't know. No, man. Okay. The Small Business Financial Exchange, man.
Well, I don't blame them.
SBFE, baby.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them because a lot of the information that we gave was still surface level. Like we haven't even gone deep yet, right? And so with the Small Business Financial Exchange, it's actually a trade association. It is not a commercial credit bureau. I will say that again. The Small Business Financial Exchange, the SBFE, is not a commercial credit bureau. They are a trade association, which means they have members who are their clients. We are not their clients, as we are with, let's say, Experian or with Equifax or with TransUnion. If we're talking about the personal side, we're technically their clients because we can pay them to see a report. We can pay them to get access to our information. We can't necessarily do that with the SBFE, which kind of sucks because they have so much power over how much data is collected for small businesses. They've been around since 2001. Over 93 million small businesses are currently inside of their database. That's huge because they do a lot of cross sharing with other companies in their network, like LexisNexis. I know you guys have heard of them because they also do a lot of reporting and a lot of data furnishing for us over on the personal side. Guess what? They're also a big player here in the business world. Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. All of these guys communicate with each other. And a lot of them are getting their information from the Small Business Financial Exchange. So if you're wondering, okay, if my business credit card isn't reporting over to the personal credit bureaus, where's it going? Let that sit for a second. They're getting this information amongst each other. And so it technically still is reporting, you're just not seeing it. Which is why if you don't know what you don't know, it could be as effective as knowing something and not doing anything about it, right?
You can't play the game and win the game if you don't know the rules. I'll say it again. You can't play the game and win the game if you don't know the rules. You got to know the rules of the game.
Yep. Got to know the rules of the game. And the Small Business Financial Exchange, some of the biggest players that you've probably seen are in their network. PNC, American Express, Capital One, and Wells Fargo. I don't know about you guys, but I've heard of all of those banks. I mean, Brad, have you ever heard of those banks before?
Yeah, I just heard of LexisNexis. You know, that's the only one I've heard of. Joking, of course, people. Joking, of course.
I know you are. I know you are. But this is major because this is what type of data they're gathering on us. Business name, type of entity, DBA. How are we doing business? Doing business as what? Our name. Classification codes, business address, phone numbers attached to the accounts, your employer ID, which again is a social for your business, individual and business guarantor information, all partners, all of them. That means even the crooked partner that you've been trying to get off of your articles of organization. Yeah, even that person. All that information goes directly to the SBFE. That person that has just terrible credit, that's been kind of weighing you down in your business and you guys can't PG anything. Like your credit is okay. Their credit is probably even worse because they have a couple repos on there. They have evictions. I'm not judging. I've been evicted before. I'll be the first one to tell you, right? I know what that's like, but you have to do something about it. And when these banks start to see that, or these this association, this company sees that, they say, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, Equifax, I think you should take a look at this. And guess what? Now that's in their database. And you see how now that starts to kind of become a web against you. And you're wondering, dude, I applied for all this stuff. Why the heck am I getting denied? It goes deeper than that, right? I'm taking you directly to the source, not just a symptom. I'm taking you directly to the source so that we can cure it. Credit account info, such as account numbers, open account dates, close dates, charge-off dates, and amounts, either amounts owed or amounts total that you have, if applicable. Now, can you order a report from the Small Business Financial Exchange? Let me know in the chat. Drop a 1 if you can. Drop a 2 if you can. Let me know if you guys kind of caught what I said earlier.
Let's see what they got to say, bro. I'm seeing 2, 1, 2. That's it. Come on, class. 1, 1.
Bro, we
2.
losing them already?
Oh, man. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We're just getting started.
Bro, if we're losing them already, I'm gonna just head downstairs, bro. It's cool.
No, don't do that.
I'll send you the slide.
The empanadas can wait, bro. The empanadas can wait. The plantains can wait, okay? I know, bro. Listen, hey, you know what is funny? Is I saw somebody in the chat said, I've been on a lot of funding calls, and I've never heard this type of stuff before. First of all, everybody, we're not selling you funding. Isn't that something? We're not selling you funding. Yeah. We're just giving you the game. We're letting you experience the community. We're letting you see another way of doing content creation in the financial space and giving you the game. We're not trying to have 10% funding fee from you guys. So literally listen up, because this is a step-by-step ABC 1, 2, 3 playbook. Okay. All of you mentees, you guys are spoiled, man. Like, this is like, try finding somebody that's going to break this system down for you. ABC 1, 2, 3. And I heard somebody say this today: when you find a mentor or you find somebody that you're trying to learn from, go deep with that one person. Don't be going all over the place, because then you get misinformation and disinformation and things don't line up, and then you're more confused before you started. Okay. So all of your mentees, you're going to have the replays to this. This is going to be evergreen in the program. Okay. You're able to reach out to Herb whenever you want in the program. So literally, guys, take notes, take action. And for those that are not in the mentorship, take notes right now, because you'll have your questions being answered at the end of the call. Okay. Love all of you, mentees, non-mentees, Radical Nation. Let's get it. Keep rocking.
100%. So whatever you answer, the answer is yes and no, which is why I set up the question. I didn't want anyone to feel bad, because again, you don't know what you don't know, but the answer is yes and no. Remember, only members can actually order reports since they are part of a trade association, right? But here's the thing. It's lenders and creditors and vendors that are part of these associations, not people like me and you. Unless you're on this call and you constantly issue out credit, then at that point, obviously you would fall along those lines. At that point, you can register to become or to become a part of their association, a part of their trade, that we can start pulling credit reports. But in our case, we can't actually see that. And so, pro tip, if you're wondering, okay, well, I still want to see my information that's on there. Like, it's my information, it's my business information. I got you. Dun & Bradstreet, write a signal. Again, the source. I'm giving you guys the source. Like, cutting the middleman. Cut the middleman. It's the source. Dun & Bradstreet and Experian Business. The reason why Equifax isn't on here is because Equifax doesn't actually issue you out their own credit report unless you've applied for something. They're really complicated. Again, they used to. They may bring it back. Maybe at the time of this recording, they may bring that feature back. But again, it is 2023. We are April, what are we at? We're April 13th, 2023. They're not issuing that right now, which is why I'm giving you Dun & Bradstreet and Experian Business.